The Group Chief Executive Officer, Sopnendu Mohanty of GFTN, is joining us here at the Black Swan Summit 2026 here from Odisha. So many thanks for making time for business today. It's a pleasure to have you here. Lots of chat and collaboration here, very insightful as far as the fintech, insurtech sector is concerned, and very big names and international, Bajaj Finance, homegrown as well as international brands, GFTN. Uh, Talk to us a little bit about this initiative and Bharat Netra that will really focus on sort of giving an impetus to the fintech sector here in Odisha.
Thanks for having me. And as somebody said, I'm son of the soil. I'm from Odisha. Well, the whole Bharat Netra concept came from a very broad framework because the kind of environment we are getting into, you can't just say companies come here, create jobs. It needs a very comprehensive framework. And with AI coming, one of the foundational challenge to the society would be the definition of jobs, definition of ecosystem, definition of partnership, definition of a broader innovation cycle. Now, how do we bring it all together in a way that we don't get in a trap of short-term thinking? So Bharat Netra is a long-term strategy. It builds around the four principles of skilling, build the innovation culture, uh, build the global capability center here, and create the mind share. And the Black Swan, what you see today, is exactly what it's doing. And typically, Black Swan is a connotation on disaster, unexpected consequence of things we don't know how to explain at the time. In hindsight, yes. Instead of waiting for things to go bad, our idea is to get prepared for a Black Swan. And what is the Black Swan here? AI, geopolitics, and complete redefinition of multilateral alignment. It's a multipolar alignment. So how do we get all this thing together in the right way, get ready, and so that we don't get disrupted the way we think the world is going to disrupt.
We're also seeing some high stakes MOUs being signed here, 15 of them. At least give us some insights on the top five ones and how significant they really are.
Well, a lot of MOUs happens as you discover, but I can talk about these are top five, but top of mind comes the first one, which is the one, a subsidiary of Ant, doing a partnership with Mission Shakti. And I find it fascinating personally. 7 million women, self-help group, are building wonderful product, world class, but there's no scale. At best is a domestic access, market access. Now for them to export their product overseas, we got to get a partner who understands that space well. There are many complicated steps. There are FX processes, there's a trade processing. Very hard for these women to get ready for that. So this program, this MOU is a joint partnership between Mission Shakti, Government of Odisha, and ANT to take 100 women, create a pilot end-to-end, start to finish, focus on giving them entrepreneurial skill, teach them accessing global marketplace, and help them to register in these trade systems, and hence create an end-to-end product from production to distribution, all for people who have never seen international marketplace. So that's the pilot. If it,
Creating micro entrepreneurs.
and that creates that opportunity to scale. And I believe, no, you ask any business person, anybody who wants to do business, they don't like to be called small. They don't like to be medium. Because ideas become small and medium because of the physical constraint. In digital world, idea has got no small medium. It is just ready for a scale. This is exactly what the MOU is doing. If you get it right, imagine 7 million women get into the platform to succeed.
What are the other names part of the MOU?
So there are other I think 12 companies are working with Bharat Netra program, who will be providing capstone project support, job support, apprentices support to the 7,000 students we aspire to upskill in next 5 years. There's a couple of MOUs with the startup forum, which will work with us to bring the startup industry together. Top of mind, then there are a couple of tech companies who are working with a local partner on micro pension, micro insurance, and I think on a marketplace lending.
So, how much capital in all are we talking about through specifically Black Swan Summit 2026 here in Odisha?
Capital is a product of is a almost 2 to 3 year cycle. My best bet is that you will see a real meaningful, I'll say million plus, 100 million plus capital structure coming in 3 years time. But you will see over the next 2 year, capital do flow in. In fact, you asked this question a month back. We had a small outreach program with startups. Can you believe none of them were looking for venture capital? They want a they want a capital from an institution which will help them to grow their business. So they're looking for strategic capital. Our, so our focus is to bring strategic capital to the industry who understand the industry and help them to scale. So that's, and of course, GFTN has its own fund. If great product comes out of it, we have GFTN Capital, which we just announced a month back with SBI Holding and Action. In fact, Action Capital, Action CEO is here at the conference. We hope a great product will invest.
For those in the workforce right now, and Odisha really needs this, the youth here, what all companies should they be expecting to set up shop in India, and how much job creation are we talking about for Odisha's youth here? And tell us few of the names so that.
My sense is that one of the plan we have is to see at least 1,500 plus jobs to be created in the next 5 years. It is focused on GCC. We think Odisha will be a great hub for Asian market. Our focus is very Asian market. Asia is looking to $1 trillion growth in the next 10 years. All the countries will have population growth challenges. They are all declining population. They need back office infrastructure to support. Odisha and the eastern coast, great climate, great state, I would say. There's a bias there. Safe, clean, will be a perfect platform for these companies to come and set up the GCC here. And it's not, I'm saying that today you ask all the people at the conference, they really believe Odisha is the most undiscovered place where they think the future GCC has to grow. And again, it's not about jobs, it's about the society, safety, system, schools. As simple as that. You have to bring all the elements together to create the true GCC, just not putting companies in large building, and that's GCC. To me, GCC is a much bigger emotional and expansive thought process.
One final question before I let you go. India has seen its UPI revolution, and we do have a fair bit of innovation in our fintech, insurtech products as well, right? These companies who want to do come to India and set up shop, especially Odisha, what kind of new products are we going to witness or look at that will set the trend? And somebody said to me yesterday, maybe I'm buying a pair of spectacles and I would like to insure it for a couple of rupees. So so how is that trend going to change, and what kind of innovative new products are we going to look at?
Of course, the industry can say we don't know what it'll take, how it's going to end up with. But there are things which you just articulated: my parametric insurance, non-life insurance, everyday life risk elements. Anything you can lose, can you cover? All this require a lot of data, a lot of structure, a lot of governance. This will be an excellent base in Odisha to be the opportunity. In my speech, I said we've got to move from a perception Odisha is a mining economy to a mined economy. I think that's the key. Get into the mined economy, build all the intelligence data you need to have to promote this kind of services, and that's the future.
So all the GCCs, just to follow up, all the GCCs will be looking at setting up shop in Bhubaneswar, or any other pockets in Odisha?
I have the opinion it can go to any district. GCC is just, as I say, as long as you have all the 5-6 elements, anywhere it can go. It can go deep to the towns. Our education program is going deep to the town. Why they have to come to a men's capital city to do it? Why not?
Because we have a lot of tribal populations.
Yes, we got to get deep into the towns and cities to get the opportunity right there.
All right, sir. Pleasure speaking to you here on Business Today. Thank you.